Pounders, welcome back. Today we're going to be drafting mainly the Dawg Bowl. We might jump into some other contests as well. Shout out to Numi and Hope. We also get our request of the third and long contest coming back to us, and that's the three-entry max $20 contest, 564 entrants, double first place than the victory formation. The victory formation, also a $20 entry contest, same amount of entrants. So the min cash line will be a little more punishing in this contest, but you will be rewarded once you get a high finish. And those are the contests I like. Dawg Bowl, we're waiting on 5. So if you want to join me in the Dawg Bowl contest live, make sure you jump in here. And we have a big update to bestballoverlay.com. If you guys haven't already seen it, maybe I'll wait for people to trickle in, or we'll just show it twice. No big deal. But +5 if you guys are just joining me. +5 on the Dawg Bowl. To extract your exposures, you just go to your exposures on that slate, and you just click this little graph, and that's it. It updates. Josh just crushed it. +3 for the Dawg Bowl. So I'm going to go do that right now to get my exposures up. I'll just go to completed. I'll go to this active CSV, success, go to the draft room, and then just click refresh. So you can do this obviously multiple times a day. It gets rid of the problem of having to email your CSV to yourself, upload it. This is just much quicker, and you can do it multiple times a day, which is it's very cool. Josh crushed it, man. It's crazy. Easy, appreciate you, dude. Sick update. Got to get you on the show soon. Easy also has a great draft tool that he's created. Just insane. People in this space are just so smart. It's so wild. But +2 for this Dawg Bowl. And you're getting some risers. I think B-Rob, you're going to see Najee rise with Warren most likely being out, missing practice again. Najee becomes actually a decent play even in the main slate as someone that you can scroll down to. Do we trust Neighbors tonight? Yes. Yes. Especially if we assume this team's going to be playing from behind. You're starting Neighbors every single game from here on out. We can trust Neighbors. The worry's always Daniel Jones, too. The worry's never Neighbors himself. And I might have to victory lap this one before he falls on his face, or the O-line just absolutely, inevitably just sucks. But our 32% Rashawn Johnson finally has life. Like, literally, like, we're down, giving it CPR after being inactive the first 2 games. Travis Homer gets hurt. DeAndre Swift, and it looks like he's going to get a shot. And what's that mean, right? I have RJ Baggs, and I'm not like overly confident that he gets more than 12, 13 touches, which is fine. That's great. 12, 13 touches is great. And what really was part of the case of the Rashawn Johnson take this summer was pass pro. His role in the pass game. So if some of that stuff can come to light, I'll be happy. Yeah, what do you want him? What would you like him to do? Shit. It's you're playing Neighbors, man. Don't overthink it. Start your studs. That's one of them. Like in redraft, Neighbors is going where? He's going. Not in redraft, but in resurrection, he's going at like pick 9 or 10. He's going like right after AJ Brown, which is, in my opinion, correct. So, Laporta doesn't practice Thursday with that ankle injury. Jordan Love has a real shot to play week 4. We know he was close to playing last week. And that might be, honestly, it might be some of the best plays on this slate is Jaden Reed, who goes super, super late in this contest. Super, super late. Going right next to Najee. And then you have Seawad, who's just going to be a great scroll, right? So Seawad as well. While he's healthy. While he's healthy, why not take some darts on Seawad? Nice little sharp room. That's what we like to see. Dave in the house. Omega. D-Rap is always in these streets. Crutches, what's up, dude? Crash Rich at 2. It wouldn't be a dog bowl without Crash Rich. He's a good number 2, man. He's a good number 2. Look what he did for Juwan Jennings. He opened it up. So crazy. So crazy. The problem is, like, Purdy just got kind of like locked on Juwan Jennings, and at the end of the game, he could have iced it with a long tutty to a wide open Ayuk. Like right over the middle. All right, Brees Hall goes off at 1 against Denver. Barkley at 2. JJ at 3. Chase at 4. Oh, shit. I didn't even see. Jewish McCaffrey's also in the house. EDN 3. Yeah, this room's sharp. N-Palm. N-Pam. I'm okay with one of these 3. And then it's probably Kyron after that for me. So I do think there's a drop-off after these 4 go off the board. Kyron goes. I would probably lean wide receiver in the first round. Because I do think there's a drop-off. Dealing with quad issue, do we care? I don't think we care. I don't think we should care. I'm not going to care. Let's go Marv. Let's go Marv. Maybe this opens up a Kyler. I know we tried getting this on the live stream the other day, and we had someone go like James Conner, Kyler Murray. Like, oh, okay. Anything's possible. Well, Kevin Garnett gif right there. See what Crutches does. I think this is pretty clearly Rashee Rice, but Kamara is also in this conversation. And then Jordan Mason, depending on the game script, I could see this one just them running out the clock the whole fourth quarter on the Pats, which would be very good game script for Jordan Mason. Godwin goes at 12 with Daniels at 13. Go get your guy season right now. Okay, I'm happy with one of these 3 coming back to us. James Conner and Marv, I don't mind. I'd prefer Kyler here. Debo practicing today. Oh my God. Please, thank you. My Debo bags are way too full in BBM for him to miss more games. Crutches, bro. I thought that was an auto. I thought that was an auto on Kyler. All right, we get our stack. How am I feeling about him playing this week? My opinion is they're not going to need him to beat the Pats. So it's... We'll see. We'll see. If he does play, how many snaps are we expecting? He could. He could play, and he could get there by halftime. So we'll see. But if you're asking about redraft, like, if he's starting, you most likely have to start him. If that's a redraft type question. I'm just happy he's back from my best ball bags. Yeah. Yeah, Cubs. Just like they didn't need him to beat the Cup Puka-less Rams. Accurate. Accurate. Mistakes were made. All right. Aaron Jones goes off at 23. B-Rob goes off at 22. Oh, told you that rise is going to happen, man. That rise is going to happen. I think we got B-Rob in the 5th round on Monday. Just legitimately just free. Just free. Aaron Rodgers and Schultz. I'm just seeing this. Oh my eyes. Don't cancel that. Like, that's not enough to get canceled, right? It's pretty close. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Jalen Hurts, Brees Hall's quite the start. Jalen Hurts falling to 24 is pretty sick. And Bowers. I was wondering if he's going to go Bowers there. Ayuk at 26. Deontay Johnson at 27. See who comes back to us. These ADPs are a lot sharper than they were on Monday. A lot sharper. Mahomes goes at 28. We've seen him consistently fall. On Monday, we saw him fall to the Rice-Kelsey team, which was pretty sick. Even if he's been a QB2 so far this season, if you pull off a KC double stack in the Dog Bowl, you're pretty happy with your entry. You're pretty happy. Diggs is an interesting play right now with Dell banged up, I will say. Looks unlikely to play Sunday, so you should be giving a boost to Diggs. We gave that tip yesterday to the Pounders in the Discord. Olave at 29. He brings in that little Atlanta-New Orleans stack. This range is kind of ass. Not gonna lie. Oh my god. Mikey A was still on the board. Like, how do you not go Mikey A, right? I think he had to. I like one of these. I like one of these. It's probably Jacobs ahead, but yeah, especially if you're getting Love back. That's a nice little boost for Josh Jacobs. It's a nice little boost for Jacobs. Expected more goal line touches, more red zone touches in general, more sustained drives with Jordan Love. So if he plays, I do think Jacobs gets a little boost, and maybe his ADP is a little too depressed. I don't know how many people know Love could potentially play this week. The thing is, Malik Willis played really well. Malik Willis played really well. But this should be a good game. This should be a good game. Trey McBride, I don't think is going to play. At least that's how we've been playing it. It felt a little uncomfortable on Monday going Goddard over McBride. Or no, it was Pitts. It was Pitts over McBride on Monday. But it's looking like that's going to be the correct call. All right, this guy needs a receiver. He can go receiver or running back. Yeah, Devonta Adams was the click there. There's like one more guy I like in this range. Ben, what's up, dude? Ben with the wrench. He goes Naj. I like the Naj click. I'm also going to keep on clicking Amari Cooper and just ride out this wave while he stays hot, coming off a 2-tutty game. please and thank you. Tight end, we might just punt. I think we're just going to punt tight end. Ingram practiced today. Yeah, he's not playing, dude. Ingram's not playing. This was yesterday's report. He didn't practice today. Like, he's out. Njoku, same. Oh! 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 Oh. Oh. Njoku. The jokester. Okay. You got to add him to the player pool. We have Amari here. I don't know how I feel about that double stack against Vegas, but it's possible rushing QB. Kyler could put up more than Deshaun with both of those guys having good games. So I'm not completely against it, especially at the tight end position. You're looking for the guy who scores 12 to 15 points. Chuba off the board. Underdog's being so weird where you can only have like one screen up right now. The second one's like just loading. It's just stuck on like a Underdog loading screen. If you try to add a second screen. Let's go to my email real quick. Yeah, Mike Evans at 30, man, for Dave. The ceiling is too high on Mike Evans to not take shots on him every single week, in my opinion, because he can break a slate. And I guess I just am a little more willing to risk it. And he's a player that's very boom bust. I don't mind being high on players like that. Pick 32, like, god damn. This is a really sick start. Kyron, JT, and Mike Evans. Let's go to here and let's pull up our portfolio optimizer for Battle Royale. Okay, I'm doing much better at managing the 2 RB teams versus last week. I had just drafted way too many 3 wide receiver teams early in the week, and it was harder to come back from. So we're managing that a lot better this week. We want to be around this, right around this range, 75-25, but we shouldn't be at like a 60-40, in my opinion. Goddard's our number 1. We did lean into some uncertainty Monday in the regular main slate with Trey McBride because there's so many good scroll options, like, or just pick swaps, that it didn't really matter on Monday. It's Michael Wilson. What, Ben? Why you gonna? What? Just let me have my moment. Just let me have my Kyler Marv stack just for a little bit. Let me enjoy it just a little bit. These guys all have 2 running backs, so I can get the running back of my choice. Dude, the Rashawn Johnson hype is so sick. I'm on cloud 9. It's probably not even going to hit. Devonta Smith's going to be out. Keenan Allen's back practicing. Oh, God. Dude, this is a lot uglier today. However, C-Watt's down here. C-Watt's a fun one. Who do we have at tight end? This might just be... I'm happy with one of these 3. How many people need a tight end after me? Just one. We're going to punt. Is this just J.K. Dobbins here, boys? Is this just J.K. Dobbins? Or is this just Travis Etienne? It's probably Etienne. I'm not going to have a ton of Etienne this week, but this seems like a decent spot. Seems like a decent spot. They called us crazy. Crutches goes Debo, leans into the uncertainty of him playing, not playing. take note, like if Jordan Love doesn't get drafted, which it doesn't look like he's going to, dude, my next team's could be a Jordan Love team, like without a doubt. Let me pull up. This guy went the double stack in Philly with Rodgers, double tight end. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Wow. Oh my God. Just shake that one off. That one's tough. Rodgers, Schultz, Pitts, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, J.K. Dobbins. A little Brock Purdy, Deebo Sam at the end of the draft. That's a really nice one. Yeah, Jordan Love's going to go undrafted in this, which could just be a massive mistake. How many teams need tight ends? Quite a few. Let's go the conch. Let's go the conch. Steal some touchdowns from Breece Hall. Aaron Rodgers super greedy in the red zone. It's no secret. It's no secret. Alvin Kamara limited in practice with that old man hip. Deebo Samuel seen practicing Thursday. Sam Laporta, no Sam Laporta today. Tyreek Hill said he only took passes from Tim Boyle today. Let's get another one fired up. +7. Come on, boys. Jump in this one with me while we look over our bestballoverlay.com portfolio optimizer. Let's see. Dog Bowl is only going to be 2 teams. Got Mikey A in both. Chase, Marv, George Pickens. Let me see the team. So this is a Burrow Chase with Chuba, B-Rob, Chase Evans, and Henry. What more can you ask for? J.K. Dobbins, B-Rob at 33. +4 for the Dog Bowl. This should fill really fast. I like that team. I think that team was solid. We ended up with the Kyler Marv stack. We didn't get the bring back and B-Rob, but we get Josh Jacobs and ETN. ETN gets a lot of hate. I mean, last week he had 10.5 points, whatever, but he had 15 touches. You're pretty happy if your RB's getting 15 touches. You need him to fall into the end zone twice. There's no secret there. You need him to fall into the end zone twice. I think the biggest worry with ETN this week is if they're just trailing early by 10 or more points, 14 points, 2 tutties, and the run starts to fade away. The thing is, he's involved in the passing game. He's caught 3 or more passes he caught 2 the first week, 3, then 4. So in that game script against Buffalo, playing from behind, gets a little more involved in the pass game. That's fine. Yeah, Taysom Hill should have a game. Is this the game with Kamara banged up? Is this the game with Kamara banged up? That'd be very interesting. But he hasn't been involved in the red zone. Let me pull up. I don't think he's received a red zone touch, which that's a problem. So after I'm done with this draft, sometimes it takes Underdog's system just a little bit to download the team to realize that you've drafted another team. So you can see it says 2. Let me see if it goes to 3. It goes to 3. So now if I go to exposure and I just click this graph, extract exposures, successfully extracted, I just go back to the draft room and I click refresh and it'll update that last team I just drafted right into my exposures on the left, which is very nice. And we need to create a way to separate the Dog Bowls from the main slate. That's next. But a very, very good quality of life update. Because if you're drafting 10, 20, 30 teams in a day or more, you want to be able to download your CSV more than once. +3 for the Dog Bowl. least we got away. We got away with that one team from Mikey A. See how the extra point team's looking. This is the single entry extra point. Jane Daniels, Barkley, Kyron, Mike Evans, Pickens. I'll die on the Mike Evans hill. Anytime he's on the slate, you can guarantee I'm going to fall on the sword of Mike Evans. Last week it was DK for me at like 30 something percent DK. And he had a good game. He was probably one catch away from truly helping, but he ended up with like 18 and change. He needed a couple more catches or one more big catch. So this is looking good. And this is where you can sort of see some deficiencies potentially. If you want this to be closer to, you want to be more 50-50 potentially with RBs to receivers in that first round, unless you have a very, very strong take on those guys, or depending where you're drafting from. If you're not getting a lot of ones and twos, that number is going to be down. What's up, Josh? Jump in it. +1, man. +1, Dog Bowl. +1. And it's full. And we are, again, we're on the back next to our boy Crutches. Nez in the house. D-Rap again. Dark Sheep. Won 2 tickets this year so far. It's so crazy. Crash Rich, Dave, EDN3. So let me see. Let me pull up my Dog Bowl teams. A Burrow, a Mayfield. Okay. Mentally prepare for what we're going to do. Mentally prepare. It was kind of ugly at the end of that draft. It was a lot different than it was on Monday drafting these, where you could get Chuba for free. There was a lot of available picks. There's still some very good clicks in that last round right now, but there's a little less. Joe Mixon's still not practicing. All right, Barkley goes off at 1. Dave in the 2 spot. I believe he went running back first. In the last draft, he pulled Kyron up to like pick 6. He goes JJ. Hall, then JJ. Chase. Yeah, this is... I think after Chase, there's like a slight fall off. So top 4 picks do feel a little stronger. Rice at 5. What's nice with Rice is you're getting Mahomes to fall to you at 20 or 29. If you get a little Kelsey slide at 20, you can get both of those ADPs in a line and then get Mahomes for free, basically. Nico at 7. Yeah, that was going to be a dream. I was dreaming, thinking I was going to get Nico at 10. Are people really afraid of the Q-Tag Marv? Like, they can't be, right? Crutches is not. What a gross spot. Like, this spot I hate. This spot I hate. My soul, my heart and soul just tells me go James Conner. And yes, we knew this was going to be a bad game for him against Detroit. Fade the rankings. This is one of those rare spots. Fade the rankings. Come on. Come on, Polv. You're making me nervous. He goes JD. What's Heck gonna do? I feel like he's going tight end. Fuck! I want Goddard there. Tending to a neck issue. Don't really care. It's kind of gross. Let's go Godwin in the spot. Let's leverage our other Mike Evans teams. God damn. Spot's kind of gross. Would have felt good with Goddard. But you know what? Punting tight end in these is just been shown to be really plus EV. Teams winning with 0 points at tight end last year, or just a punted tight end, very common. Let's punt tight end early. We do probably need an 18-point game. Like Godwin's on an absolute streak of tutties. 3 games in a row with the tutty. We'll see about this Philly game script. Philly with no weapons could be interesting. Just a full on Jalen Hurts, Goddard versus Tampa Bay. Like Jahan Dotson. Is anyone drafting Jahan Dotson with Jalen Hurts? Like wide receiver 1 this week for Philly? Smith out, AJ Brown out. Not seen on the field Thursday. Not spotted practice. Dude, is anyone... There's got to be some people bringing in Jahan Dotson with Jalen Hurts. You got to think. I mean, people are drafting Juwan Jennings last week, so... What's up, Paid? What's up, dude? Thank you, man. Thank you. Jalen Hurts and Jamar Chase. Aaron Jones is just projecting really well, so you're seeing him rise. Also, revenge game, but like he also has a revenge game week 17 that we're bringing up in the offseason. So if we really like that spot, shouldn't we've been a little higher on him in season long during the summer? If you're gonna like this spot against Green Bay. And at the same point, is Green Bay going to want to prove to Aaron Jones why they brought in Josh Jacobs? Could just get this funny dynamic. Law of psychology. Evans, Kelsey, and JJ. Yeah, the front half of the board's so nice. I'm going to need a few of those. I'm going to need a few of these picks 1 through 4. Dude, it's crazy. I'm not ready to celebrate. Paige says I have 11% Rashawn. It's all because of this channel, so thank you. You should be celebrating the fact that we were fading Swift. In that same point, if we're able to hit both, like the Swift fade and the Rashawn Johnson, that's just bonus. That's just bonus points. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. Wow. Where's the Rice team? Didn't want to bring in Mahomes, which I can't blame him. We've seen Rice get there without Mahomes hitting a single time, so. And he should be, like Mahomes could be falling to 44. Badgeless already has a QB. He goes Zach Moss. We're probably just Devonta Adams here. We also like Jaden Reed. Let's go Reed first. Yeah, very true. We haven't won anything yet. Dude, the way people are tweeting, though, people that were off Rashawn Johnson are now very excited for Rashawn Johnson. It makes me uncomfortable. You know? It makes me uncomfortable. What do we think about Kittle? What do we got at running back left? Chuba here is like super free. Chuba versus Cincy. This is a good spot. I also like Najee here in this spot. Does Najee get the bump with Warren being out? Like fucking 23 touches for Najee. He's probably going to see something similar. Chuba gets 20 fucking 7. I potentially like this game script just a little better with Pittsburgh expected to beat Indy. So sort of using the spreads on the screen to predict some of the game scripts, right? Like 1.5 point spread. Pittsburgh expected to have the lead at the end of the game. If all goes to Vegas's plan, you have Najee running out the clock at the end of the game, getting extra points. Close game also means the run is in play for the whole game. Versus, who was the other one? We were going to go Chuba. 4.5 point underdogs. Maybe the run isn't as in play in the fourth quarter. Does Cincy get out to a big lead early, whereas Indy's chances of getting out to a big lead early with how A-Rich is playing is probably a little less. Okay, so Mahomes goes to the naked squad, but you could always get Worthy too for free. Shout out to GM Larson too in this room. Cool. So fill the flex. We're going to scroll at tight end. Teams to our right, one has a QB. Dude, Nez loves Justin Fields. Loves the Justin Fields click. I can't blame him. Elite ceiling. We haven't seen it yet, but this year, I should say. Been pretty tame. Like, you don't want to see this from Justin Fields. This 57's good. He's just got to pair it with this and a tutty. Very possible. Very possible. Against Indy, it's a good spot. Oh, yeah, you almost got... Where'd he go? One pick? I mean, it was smart, right? Like, I don't blame you. You had the Kelsey team to your left. So, what's the risk? It's basically, if someone wants to bring in Worthy, you're probably not doing it for Watson, I would hope. Damn, that would have been a sick push. You get Chuba, though. Good consolation prize. A little BTJ against Houston. Kirk started to warm up. You know, no Evan Ingram's going to help. It's going to help Kirk again this week. He needs to get in the end zone, but interesting scroll down. Because he's probably free. Where's Kirk go? Yeah, Kirk's free right here. I like the way Dave drafts. You're always going for ceiling. Like, I appreciate that. Always going for ceiling. Brings in this little mini between Pickens and A-Rich too. Is fun. Ooh, Crasher drafting some J.K. Dobbins as his one and only RB. He minis it with Kelsey in this KC versus Chargers game. You're probably is. I don't think Herbert's playing, right? Oh God, they're probably gonna try to put him out there, but they probably shouldn't. Look, against KC, maybe if they get down 17 points, they'll pull him. But like, you could tell it. He needs some rest. That shit needs to heal. That shit needs to heal. Why do I feel like this guy's gonna just absolutely ruin our day? Okay. He didn't, which is a net positive thing. Debo goes to Nez, which is sharp. I think we're gonna bring in the Najokester here. They already all have a tight end. One team doesn't have a QB. Let's not fuck around and find out. Let's just bring in Jordan Love. Should be extremely low owned so far. I mean, you still have 70. You have 68% of the contest left to fill, so he's going to be mixed in more. Tutu at well. Oh my God. Dude. When one scroll hits, all scrolls hit. Holy smokes. What's the Henry news? Limited by ankle. That's fine. You're fine. Colby Parkinson. I'm going to have some Colby shares this week. 80%. He played 100% of snaps last week. It didn't turn into much of anything against San Fran, though. Like, you're expecting him to be pretty limited in stats there. Let's go Njoku. Njoku's a beast of a man. I will say, Godwin for me doesn't feel good in the second round. Like, I personally, and I already have, 2 of my 3 teams already had Mike Evans, but that is a spot where I'm more comfortable drafting Mike Evans there, shooting for a net nut ceiling outcome versus Godwin. And Godwin's been showing a really good ceiling this year. Touchdown every game, a 7 for 117 and a touchdown, even 18. It's not going to hurt you. So seen reports like they have Godwin in like the Cooper Cup role. He's back to where he's best. He's best in the slot. The only thing is with Philly, just if AJ Brown's out, if Devonta Smith is out, are you going to get that shootout that you really want? I don't know. EDN 3, I'm surprised. Barkley, Mike Evans, kind of a fun pairing. But I get it. Diggs with no Dell. Like, you should see, I'd give Nico a slight bump. Diggs gets a slight bump. Pretty confident. If Dell doesn't play, I'm pretty confident with Nico at 5. All right, let's see if we can fill. We're going to try to fill one more draft, boys, before we leave. We're going to do a quick one. Shout out to Numi and Hope. The petition went out yesterday, and they returned the 3rd and long. 3 max, $20 contest, $2K to first, $1,000 to second. This is the same amount of entrance. This is the same entry fee as the victory formation, which is a single entry max, except the single entry max, victory formation, only pays a G note to first. Yeah, only. But still, like, that's a big difference. 800 to second. Same amount of prizes, same amount of people, same entry fee. Double first place. So I strongly prefer the 3rd and long over the the victory formation. However, I'm going to play both. I'm going to play both. Another great contest is the $25 5-entry max. And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the main slate, but it is incredibly hard to bink the main slate. Incredibly hard, especially if you're not max entering. So what are ways to sort of help the EV and help you realize your EV a little sooner? Grabbing some of these maybe higher entry contests, but smaller amount of entrance total. 5-entry max, $25, and this is 5K up top. 5K to first, 2K to second. This is a fun contest as well. Crash Rich Bros everywhere. Shout out to Turbotron Pounder in the 6th spot. D-Rap in the house. If you guys are interested in the overlay, bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders, all caps for 33% off. Brings it down to $20 a month. Literally one $5 draft a week. You get 4 slates for $20. It's incredibly worth it. Yeah, I don't love pick 5 here, but it's probably Nico then Rashi for me. Let's see what Big does. You also have Marv there too. See what Big does, and we'll see what Turbo does. Okay. So he's going to gift us Jamar Chase at 5. We appreciate that. We greatly appreciate that. Nico and Marv. I like this, one of these two. Will Chase Rice be slightly less owned? And there will be a ton of Kyron Chase. A ton of Kyron Chase. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's wrong. But where we get an ADP value of +1, we'll take it. We'll take it. I think there's also some good running backs down here that we can either go single RB if it comes down to it, or we can scroll for that second guy. This could be like a Najee scroll, Chuba scroll, and get different in a small amount of entrance. Jane Daniels off the board. I like that. Ooh, I like this a lot from Crash Rich. Right? Grabs an elite RB, also leveraging the Jalen Hurts squads. Grabs a QB that you don't need to stack. Goddard goes. However, Kelsey versus Goddard's going to be interesting this week. That one's going to be interesting. He just can't really go Goddard with also having Barkley because he needs those touchdowns. We get a free James Conner on the way back around, which is sick. Turbo's going at least Kyler. I was going to say he could have gone Mahomes too. We can push Mahomes because the Kelsey team already has a QB. Kyle Pitts or Bowers. Just auto one of them. Give me the guy that goes later with this combination that's kind of chalky to start. So let's sort of get off ADP just a little bit, just slightly. Let's get off ADP just a little bit. We should be getting a free Mahomes on the way back. And if not, we can pivot to Burrow, which is always nice. Yeah, so we're getting one of these two, which is sick. And then I want our last guy to sort of be a scroll. And I have one in mind. It's either, and I like B-Rob this week, but I don't like both RBs on the same team. Sort of a negative. It's a little minus EV to grab both running backs in the same game. Go JT. I don't want the option of being able to grab JT. I might just fade it. If he comes back to us, we might just fade it. He goes Deontay Johnson. All right, so we're going to go our flex first, and then we're going to get a free Mahomes. This could be Debo. This could be... In Debo, we can pick swap if he doesn't play, right? So, like, that's pretty big. But we could also just draft Debo a little later into the week. I like Najee here. Feeling Najee. This is just projection on no Warren. So you are getting a very similar situation where it's Najee getting 20 plus touches, 22 touches, let's say. 18 to 20, 22. And then JT probably getting something around the same. All right, Mahomes. Time to not fall flat on your face for 4 weeks in a row. But this contest is great. $20 entry, 564 entrants. 2K to first. Really nice. Really nice. If you're doing main slates, I do recommend at least mixing in a few of these smaller entrance type contests to sort of balance it out, because it can be extremely punishing if you're just off just one guy that week. It's very hard to make money if you're off the one nutted player. And sometimes you can get around that in these other contests, especially if that player goes after pick 36. There's just a lot more people scrolling in the main slate than there are on other slates. Like if we go to, I want to say Pete Overzet took down the victory formation last week. I don't believe he had, let me double check. I don't believe he had Juwan Jennings. Like not a lot of people are scrolling that far, especially in those single entrant contests, the 3 entrant max. So let me pull up Pete's team. Damn, Pete, you tweet a lot. Come on. Where is it? Here it is. Victory formation. Yeah, so he wins with Jalen Hurts at 12 points. And like that's sort of the beauty of the smaller entrant type contest, 564 entrants, is you don't have to be even close to nutted. So all right, guys, appreciate everyone coming out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Going to be doing a stream. Not sure if Billy Jones is going to be with me on that one yet, but we will be back tomorrow, Friday. If you enjoyed the stream, on the way out, slap the like, hit the bell for notifications, visit bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders. You know the deal. We'll catch you on the next one. Pounders.